Microsoft Photostory 3 for Windows is a great educational tool for primary grades. It's a simple way to bring your digital photos to life. It's a free download from using any internet provider. This is the Photostory wizard that you see when you first open Photostory. It gives you three options: begin a new story, edit a project, or play a story. This is a great tool for students because it has step-by-step directions for how to move through to create a project. Here's what it looks like if you were starting a new story. The first thing you need to do is import pictures. Here are some pictures that I took on a recent trip to Africa. You can upload as many pictures as you'd like. I just started with 5 basic pictures. Down here in this bar, it shows you the order of your pictures, and it's very easy to change the order. All you do is click and hold and drag until you get them in the order that you'd like. You also have the options to remove black borders from your pictures. It'll give you the before and after. It also lets you adjust and crop your photos at the same time, so you can see a finished product. As you can see, one of my pictures was not able to remove black borders because it was vertical instead of horizontal. I tell my students that if you see a next button, there's always something more to do. Here is where you can add type and text to any of your pictures with simple descriptions. This is great for students to add a simple sentence along with their pictures. I encourage them not to use too much text because then it gets in the way. As you can see, it defaults the words to the center of the picture, so this leads to discussions about where would be an appropriate place to place words. And then there are options where students can move them around to different places. You can also edit what the text looks like using this button. And all of these edits are similar to Microsoft Word, which students are already familiar with. As you can see, sometimes text doesn't always work well over a picture, or you need to modify it and play around until you find the style and color of text that looks appropriate. You go about doing this with each picture by simply clicking on it and adding your text. You can also add effects to each picture if you would like them to become black and white, or some of the more fancy graphics. I prefer for this slide just to keep them all in the color that they are. Anywhere along the way you can save your project if you get to a point where you're ready to stop and pick it up another day. Here is where I could add voice to my pictures by hitting the record button. If you need to type and narrate it beforehand, you can. You can also use pre-selected music, pre-created music through the Photostory 3 music, or you can have your own music that you can upload to play behind your slides. And there's a preview button where you can watch. For 5th grade students, we just save it on the computer. Hit next. And you wait while it builds your story. And then you're finished.